With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Lindsey now off the read option.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson.
He'll get that to the rookie from Minnesota, Rashad Bateman.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Jackson to Bateman there, first down Ravens.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think the teams might look up and say, gosh, we still have a lot of football left to go.
No doubt about it. Remember, they've had their open week already, so this could be a straight shot all the way from here on out. To me, the best coaches, they tell their teams, hey, I'll take care of you during the week. You just leave it all out there on game day, and I'll make sure you're ready for the next one.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. First and 10 at the 49. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Jackson.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it.
And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Throwing is Cousins. Open man is Thielen, is complete. And he will have a Vikings first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, here's the run with Cook. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Joseph's got it. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. That's complete, left side to Bateman. And some room to run now. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Now Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Jackson from the shotgun. Right back to Brown. This time he's got it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. They go play action with Jackson.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. A
not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And avoids the contact by sliding. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there.
And it's second down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. To throw is Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Over the middle to Smith.
And the Vikings are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
12 more yards there and another 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum. because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And shedding through the tackle. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
kills.
Speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
There he goes offside. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Second and 5 now. Cousins. Flush to his right. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Cousins to throw it. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Joseph is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson. 7 yards, the pickup there.
On 2nd down now. It's Cook, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Joseph's got it. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Keep playing hard.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Cook. Cook able to escape, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
57 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Jackson. Forced out to his left. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time, and it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Just like that. Just like that. Hey, check Mike, sit. Here we go, let's bring it.
Throwing is Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure this.
And his first carry, he loses the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle.
Cousins complete to Adam Thielen. An 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 47-yard line.
Go. Hey, check that.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down as he gets this up past the 30. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. On 1st down, Cook. Cook able to escape. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Cousins now. And this one complete to Smith. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Steps away to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 2nd down, it's Cook. He gets this down to the 3. Brought the power run out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Cousins. Flushed out right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The kick by Joseph is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Mike 22, he's coming, 22's coming, Mike. Watch the run.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He got 29 yards that time. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Philip Lindsay, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest one's maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Cousins. This goes out wide from Madison. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Now Jackson on first down.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
The 22 more yards there and another first down.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Flush to his right. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now a run with Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Cousins. He's got a man complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down at the 28. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 28-yard line.
They run it again with Cook. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On third down, it's Cook, and he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about write a finish to this one. Cousins is going to take this one down to a knee and end it. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Minnesota, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.